Let's talk a little bit about the blind point, or descending into the circle, or whatever you call it. This video is not about teaching the blind point, it's about the stopping in the blind point, because I have found a method that I really like for keeping my stops nice and keeping my dog open and communicating with me. I used this, or came up with this, because I had issues with my dog doing the rotten banana, doing a little bit of an arch running towards the blind point. And since the dog runs 10 meters and then stops in the circle, it doesn't take more than maybe 10 centimeters off during the 10 meters and they will be outside of the circle. So I needed to push him, he goes to the left, I needed to push him a little bit to the right, and I needed him to listen, because he didn't listen at all. What I did was, I had my dog Bonusskud. I thought that he likes to go with the clock. So when he goes like, Bonus, come here. He goes like spin, like that. And he also does that around the cone. So he likes, I think it's very natural because he comes from my left side and it's easier than crossing over the middle line and going to counterclockwise. So he goes, as most border collies, with the clock or clockwise. So to teach him to go straight, I thought that him turning clockwise reinforces him running to the left, because in order to do a turn clockwise, he will run left and do it's a faster way for him to go to the stop, which makes totally sense. So it's logical for him, but it's a problem for me. So I thought, why not teach him to stop the other way around? And I did that, and it worked miracles for me. It really, it took some time because he's an experienced dog, but it really corrected his line. It made a much better line for him. And I think it's a very good way of the dog being aware that this is a listening exercise. So you run until you get to take the ball, go to target, or turn around this way or this way. So I'll show you how I taught it to him. I have him in front of me first, Bonusskud, and then I taught him the spin. Rund. Hey. This is listening. Rund. Yes. Spin. Rund. Up. Rund. Yes. So I had him go both ways on a verbal command. Now he's super excited. I want him to be a little less excited. Spin. No, I spin. Yes. Stå. Rund. Yes. Super. So I did that. I taught him both, and then I sent him to a target with go and touch. Yeah. And then I did the same. Rund. Nej. Come again. Rund. Yes, super. Rund. Yes, super. Spin. Yes, super. Spin. Yes, super. Catch. So I had him do both one way and the other way. Then I did really short outruns to a target. So I had him between my legs. Come. So in order to not have the arch from the beginning, I wanted him to be between my legs, and then I sent him touch with a touch. Hey, touch there. And then I did the rund. Yes. So I did the send, really short send to a target, and then I told him to go around. Come, pack. Rund. Wow. Rund. Yes, super. So making him really strong in understanding that there's a running and there's a circle, the way I'm telling you. And then I moved a little bit further away. Bonus, come. And then I started adding the command while he was running. And for me, it will be rund, which means around, and that means that he has to go counterclockwise, because that's the way I want him to turn in order to get the line straighter. I started by really short distances. I didn't want him to go full speed. I wanted him to go a little bit slow. And then I'll do a couple of turns, let him spin a couple of times, and reward him. Rund. Wow, rund. Super, Bonus. And immediately him coming, sit. Let me remind you, he likes to go this way to the blind point. But the thought was that if I teach him to go counterclockwise, he will start thinking counterclockwise running. So he knows that he has to go like this, and that will push him a little bit to the right of the line, which is what I needed. So he goes running, 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 and he's thinking, I need to stop at some point, and I will tell him to go around, and he'll push out a little bit. I'll just do one more. Come, pack, pack. Uda, stå. Wow, fri. Pack. Uda, rundt. Wow, rundt. Rundt, rundt. Super, fri. Dygtig. What this also does is it gives me the opportunity to correct him at competitions. So if I can see he's going a little bit to the right, which rarely happens, but it has happened, I can give him a stand instead. Because when he's running, the camera is the blind point, he's running, I see he's getting a little bit too far to the right, I can give him a stand, and he will turn his butt out like this and stand here. So he will move in the stand a little bit to the left. And the same if he goes to the left, I can tell him rundt, and he will go like this, and he will go a little bit off to the right. And this gives me a possibility to, while I'm sending him to the blind point, do just maybe 5-10 centimeters of corrections. And that can mean the difference between being out or being in of the blind point. So this is something that took a little bit to teach him, because he was used to doing it in one way, but it has worked miracles for me. In the beginning at competitions, it was very obvious that it was new, because he came running like this. And then I said around, and he was like, whoa, did a big turn. But in just 2-3 competitions, it was really natural for him, and it has made his blind point so much better. I rarely have corrections now in the blind point, and that's the difference between a 7 and a 9.5, maybe, or a 9. So it's something I will continue to do with my young dog. It takes time to train, but I think it's worth it. And it keeps the dog open and listening to me while running to the blind point. So I love this.